so we are in the Start Here menu, which is a lot of what we've been going over today in class. And if you missed today's class, watch this video and this video, because that's a lot of what we covered. Right now, we're talking about criterion use, and we're going to open this quiz and talk about it. And that's something that's not in these other videos, so I'm going to go ahead and record that for us. Question number 1. Criterion is an editing software, and its use is required for every essay in this class. I cannot pass the class without using this software. You can click on true right now if you're in there with me. That's true. This is a required software for the class. And I want to make sure that everyone, really this quiz is more of an acknowledgement, like, yes, my teacher told me this, okay, more than anything else. So that if somebody says, well, I didn't know it was required, I can say, yes, you did. You clicked true here at the beginning of the semester. Okay, question number 2 says, I must order this software from the bookstore. That's the Lawson State Community College bookstore, early enough that it arrives by mail before week 3. Now you can go to the bookstore on the Birmingham campus, or you can go to the bookstore website, okay? I would go to the website, but I am germophobic. So you can go to the bookstore and pick it up if you want to. That's totally fine. We are going to set it up in week 3. Together in class. I will walk you through how to set it up and answer any questions that you have as you're trying to set it up. If you know how to set it up, you can set it up as soon as it comes, starting next week. This week I still have to get it set up for you on my end. It's not set up yet because, again, my classes were just assigned to me Wednesday. So my schedule was finalized yesterday. So I spent all my day yesterday just getting everything ready. So these are both true answers in that quiz. And I'm going to... All right, now that you've taken that quiz, the criterion access information should say this has not been set up by your instructor yet. Please wait. This is the access code you need from me. But the access code you need to set up is the serial number that you purchased at the bookstore. So the instructions tell you that you need 2 codes, one from me, which I will provide at the end of this week. I'll get it in there, probably tomorrow. And then you need the serial number that you purchased from the bookstore. So you need those 2 codes. The one that I have to give you is going to be here in the Start Here menu, where it says criterion access information. So what you need from me is right here, okay? There is a master calendar that I put in, and this talks about when stuff is due for our class. For our class, we meet on Tuesdays and Thursdays, but I keep the deadlines set for the online classroom schedule. Even for my in-person classes, I do this because it gives you a very regular pattern to follow for when your work is due. So we will always have work due on Wednesdays and Sundays. This week we don't have a Wednesday, so we might have one thing due on Friday, and I'll talk about that in a minute, okay? And I'll give you a minute to do it today if we can, okay? And then you have your regular Sunday deadline. The Sunday deadline is for just about everything. The only time we have Wednesday deadlines are for discussion boards, and that's for your initial post. And your initial post is the post that's your ideas, and then and that's due on Wednesday. And then between Wednesday and Sunday, you have the other half of your discussion board to do, which is responding to your peers. Remember, it's not a discussion if you don't engage with anybody else. That's just an announcement, right? A discussion is back and forth with people where you listen and read and take in and then share. So that part happens between Wednesday and Sunday. And if we don't have that Wednesday deadline, everybody's sitting there Sunday night waiting for their peers to do their work before they can finish their own, and that's a really unpleasant experience. So in order for Chantel to be able to finish her work by Sunday, Jamisha needs to have done hers by Wednesday, right? And vice versa. So we need to make sure that we're hitting that. every once in a while, I will give you a Friday deadline in a discussion board so that I can reply to the discussion board before the weekend. And that's usually when we're workshopping something that's due on Sunday, and I want to be able to chime in. Does that make sense? Okay. So every once in a while, we're going to give each other feedback by Friday so that we can use it for that Sunday deadline. Okay. And again, all our work is geared toward making sure that you have a lot of feedback on the work that we're doing together. All right. So that calendar is there, just if you want to print it out and just have it, or use it to mark a physical calendar, you can do that. And then after that, we are going down to weekly assignments. All right, and this is where we're going to spend, so you've done the 2 graded items right here in class for that Start Here menu, so you can mostly be done with that for a while. Okay, so week 1, part 2. There's a welcome, and again, there'll be, our recording will go down here at the end. And our week 1 to-do list, there is a quiz, and I'm going to set that deadline while I'm sitting here because I missed it yesterday. And I'm going to go over this quiz with you, and if you want to look at it while I'm going over it with you and take it while we talk about it, you're welcome to do that. It is going to be due on Sunday at midnight. Everything's due at midnight, which is weird because I don't wake up and do it at midnight, but 11:59. By the way, let's talk about that for a moment. If it's midnight and you're like, oh no, it's not done, I need another hour, for the love of all that's moldy, please take the other hour and turn it in at 1 a.m. instead of not turning it in. I am not waking up at midnight to check whether it's on time or not. And if it's there when I go to grade it, I'm probably not going to grade it down for lateness. So please just hustle. If it's there when I go to grade it, I'm not going to mark it late. So please push for the deadline. But if you're missing it by an hour, please don't freak out. Just work the extra hour and turn it in. Okay. Online classes are not required to attend Zoom classes at set times. They are encouraged to attend Zoom help sessions. Virtual classes have set times to meet in Zoom, and attendance at these sessions is required. Nikayla, is that true or false? That is true. Awesome. Fantastic. I can attend Zoom help sessions from my phone, tablet, or computer. Krista, is that true or false?
True.
True. Smart woman. All right. Let's see. My initial post for each week's discussion board is due Wednesday at 11:59 p.m. Responses to peers are due Sunday at 11:59. Napoleon, is that true or false?
True.
That's true. So far, everything here is true. All right. Tania, question number 4 says, I have to get a new Zoom link every time I come to an office hour. Is that true or false?
True.
That is false. You can use this. This is I am proud of this convenience. Our Zoom link is the Zoom link you will use every single time. So I'll show you that in a minute, but where it says live Zoom class link, that's also for office hours. It's for any meeting you and I have in Zoom. You can use that same link, and that's handy dandy. Okay? All right. Jamisha, in the first week, I need to complete everything in the Start Here menu as well as everything in week 1.
True.
True, which is weird and scary because this week is very short. That's why I'm trying to make sure you get some stuff done while we're doing it here together. Let's see. Thailandria. Even in an online class or a virtual class, students with disabilities have the usual ADA accommodations like additional time on quizzes and tests. They simply need to ask their academic counselor to forward their letters of accommodation to the instructor. Is that true or false?
It's true.
That's true. You still get the tools you need. It's legally required that you get those tools. If you are ever not offered those tools, you have a lawsuit on your hands. Make some money. All right. Let's see. Aaron, attendance is part of my grade for this class. Attendance is established by completing work from the current week. True or false?
True.
True. You can also get a good grade for attendance by coming to Zoom class. Ideally, you will do both. But yes, you can get a tardy even if you're absent from Zoom class if you're doing the work. Okay? So do the work. The work is the most important thing. It really is. All right. And Corian, what kinds of essays are we required to write this semester? Do you remember? This is a hard one. Do we do a poetry analysis?
Yes.
Do we do a drama analysis?
Yes.
Do we do a short story analysis?
Yes.
Do we have to do a novel?
I don't remember hearing that.
No. So no. The answer is no on that. We don't have to do 4. We do 3 essays, and they're their first 3, right? So we do one on poetry, one on drama, and one on short stories. All right. Well, I've given you all the answers. Your grades should be looking good, y'all. All right. I want you can. I think it's clear. Yes. Who's talking?
Oh, my quiz looks. This is a sorry. My quiz looks different from like what you just read out.
It does.
Mine do too.
Well, that's weird. What does it look like?
Like the questions are like in different order.
Oh yes.
And even the options.
Yes, everything will be in a different order from what I read, but I bet you can figure that out. It could, yeah, it's in a different order, but the questions are the same, right?
Oh, yes, it is.
Okay, so, and whether it's true or false is still going to be the same. They might be in a different order, but it's the same content, correct? They had me panicked there. Okay. Yeah, they might be in a different order, but the information is still the same. Good. All right. We have 2 other things that are graded this week, and I'm going to talk to you about these right now. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and put the due date in because I thought I put these in yesterday, but they didn't seem to stick. If you ever are not seeing something that I told you about in class when you go to Blackboard, can you please send me an email? Because every once in a while, I don't know if Blackboard times out while I'm working or what happens, but every once in a while I've put something in there and then it's not there. So please make sure that you contact me if you're not seeing what you're supposed to see. Because I will fix it. I will log on and fix it, and it would only take a few seconds to fix it. Okay, so in your world, you should not open this. Please don't open this, because once you open it, you've got to finish it. So just stick with me here, okay? Don't open this. If you already opened it, you can close it, but then you're supposed to have 2 attempts at this. Let me fix that. Okay, you will have 2 attempts because if you just opened it just now, you shouldn't have. So let me fix that. So 2 attempts. All right. This is set for 75 minutes. I want you to work in the workspace in Blackboard, not in a Word document copying and pasting in, because I want you working under the timer. Okay, and I want you working under the timer because I want to see that little snapshot of what you can do in 75 minutes. Okay, so wait to do this until you have 75 minutes, and I know that's rare, but then do it in Blackboard and just do the 75 minutes. I'm going to talk to you about it before we go. We're wrapping it up here in a sec, but you're going to read this little poem. And I see you, Aaron. I'm going to get to you in a sec. And then the day came when the risk to remain tight in a bud was more painful than the risk it took to blossom. And it asks you to write a response to this poem, a 3-paragraph response. Not more, and you can go more than that, but not more than 5. It tells you what to write in your first paragraph by saying what you think the poem means. Start with the literal meaning and then explain the bigger meanings that it makes you think about, and what you think the reader is supposed to learn about life from this poem. That's just one paragraph. The other two are talking about a connection you make to the poem. So only one paragraph is actually talking about the poem directly. The other two are talking about any experiences of yours that you think connect to this poem. Okay? So it's just asking you to make a connection. One paragraph about the poem, two paragraphs about how you're connecting to it in your own experiences. So only one paragraph about the poem, two about your own experiences. Okay? And use all 75 minutes, but if you run out of time and you feel you're not done, that's okay. Okay? Aaron, you had a question, sir.
Yes. Is this a Saturday or Sunday?
It's Sunday. Why did that pick the wrong thing? I'll fix it. See, Aaron's on me. He knows things get screwed up. And then I fix them when you tell me they're screwed up. Save. Sunday at midnight. Or before Monday morning at 8. Right. Again, I'm not waking up in the middle of the night to, you're late. I'm not doing that. So if you need a few more hours, just take them. Okay. All right, so read those instructions, and then your discussion board is just to introduce yourself, and I am going to ask you to have your initial post, and I'm going to put the due date in there for the initial post. I'm going to have this due by Friday at 11:59, so that when you go in over the weekend to work at not AM, PM, you poop. When you go into work to reply to your peers, then you'll have people's stuff there to respond to. Okay? I'll put in a response, and I'll definitely respond to you as well. I see some people already in there. I'm so happy to see them already in there. Fantastic. I love that. This week is kind of full because it's such a short week, but y'all can handle it. I have so much faith. We've done most of it here in class. So right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop the share, and I'm going to dismiss anybody who feels like they have this week handled. If you know what you're doing and you know where you're looking for stuff and you've got stuff handled, you can log out, and I'll see you on Tuesday. Right back here in Zoom. If you need more help, you're confused, you have questions, I'm yours. Stay in and just start asking those questions. So anyone who feels confident, you can go. Anyone who needs more help, you can stay. Nikayla, if you've got thunder, can you please get off the electronics? You're scaring me. If you need to talk to me when the thunderstorm is over, I'll be in my office till about 3. Okay? Nikayla, yeah? Okay, get off the electronics during a thunderstorm. All right, your safety is really important. I'll talk to you after the thunderstorm if you need more help, okay?